Well, hello everybody and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I will show you how I make test batch of shower steamers. What is good about test batching? If you are new to all this bath and beauty making, or if you are trying a new ingredient, it's always a good thing to make a test batch. And it's not measured in pounds, it's only like couple grams. And probably, as you know, good idea to measure everything in grams, not in ounces, because 1 ounce is 30 grams. And if you are making something big, it's not really that relevant. But if you are making something in small amount, it's always a good idea to measure in grams. So when you are making a test batch, even if it doesn't work, you are not going to lose too much money. So shower steamers and bath bombs have kind of like a golden ratio of citric acid and soda. So you are taking 1 part of soda and half part of citric acid. When you mix them together and add a little bit of water or a lot of water, a reaction starts. And reaction is going kind of fast, not violent, but fast. In order to slow down that reaction, you are adding starch, usually it's cornstarch, and clay. Usually it's bentonite or kaolin clay, because these ingredients are cheaper and we are trying not to nourish skin, because it's not going into a bathtub, it's going into a shower with you. About decoration, I think there is a huge variety and possibilities for shower steamers, because a shower steamer can be in one solid color, and we know there are a whole bunch of colors, right? So then it can be bicolor, multicolor, then it can be, let's say, drizzled with gold or silver paint or something else. Then it can be adorned with botanicals. And botanicals, oh my gosh, it can be a flower, it can be a leaf. Like in this particular video, I'm gonna use rosemary leaves. And then there is a mooncake press, and so it can have like different press on the top, and again you can add color, you can add drizzle. So shower steamers come in variety of colors and shapes, and finally they're scented like with different oils. So I would give the first place, sense-wise, in the US in shower steamers, mint and menthol crystals. Second place would be lavender. Lavender would be first place in anything else, but in shower steamers, no. And the third place would be eucalyptus. And it's not judging by how strong the scent, it's mostly by therapeutical use. So during the cold season, people prefer to buy something that is gonna help with sinuses, runny nose, sore throat, things like that. And now let's go to the video and see what is going on there. In this project, we are going to use baking soda, kaolin clay, even though we can use any kind of clay. We can use bentonite, kaolin, Moroccan pin clay, but we are using the clay that is cheaper at this particular point. Also, we can use a mix of clay and starch or starch only. And we are going to use citric acid. So now we are going to take a bowl, a mixing bowl, and we will start adding ingredients one by one. So first we are going to use soda and kaolin clay. Have you ever baked something using soda and vinegar? So basically that's what we are creating here. But if you want a reaction between soda and vinegar while you're cooking something, you don't want that reaction to happen here. So we are adding our dry ingredients one by one, and they're not activated until water is added. So if you add just a little bit water, reaction will not start. But if you add a lot of water, reaction will start. Here you can see I'm showing you why I'm not using the small bowl, because if I start mixing, I don't know, maybe it's just messy me, but if I start mixing in a small bowl, it's gonna be all over the table and I don't want it, so I prefer to mix my whatever I'm mixing in a bigger bowl. So we don't want that reaction to happen here. And so we have soda and citric acid, and we have starch or mix of starch and clay or just clay. And clay and starch, they're kind of like buffering elements. And also like especially clay. Clay and then there is another ingredient such as tartar. So they are making bath bombs and shower steamers harder. So I added a little bit water at the beginning, just a little bit, and I'm mixing, and not just like just mixing. I'm kind of like rubbing it, like making it go through my fingers, and then I'm squishing it and checking is it started to cake. So after I added just like couple extra drops, it started, you can see, kind of caking. And now I can add citric acid. And after that, a reaction between soda and citric acid will start. And I'm gonna be mixing and checking on perfect consistency. And the perfect consistency is gonna be when you are getting a good amount into your palm, squeezing it and dropping, it's gonna keep its shape. So let's say you added too much water. What is gonna happen? You are putting it in the form, you are pressing it really hard, and then let's say you are removing it from the form. It will start kind of like bubbling, but not really violent, and just losing its shape. It's gonna turn into a blob. If you leave it in the form, let's say till the next morning, and remove it then, it's gonna be really hard, but it's gonna be spongy, and sure, it's not gonna have the shape of the form, because the part that was out of the form is going to be totally shapeless. And it's applicable to shower steamers and to bath bombs. I also wanted to say that now you can see why I need this big bowl to mix it, because otherwise it's going to be all over the table. And after mixing it for a while, it's finally the correct consistency, the ones I was looking for. I'm dropping it and it's holding its shape. I'm pressing it down to keep it in this consistency for a little bit longer. Now to the mold. So I'm using the ice tray with the soft bottom, because after I make shower steamers, I want to release them and let them dry out of the mold. As my decoration, I'm using rosemary leaves. And here I'm using just a piece of paper. It's just easier to put it in these forms. So I'm gonna fill up forms to the like middle and press it as hard as I can. The more you press, the better. Now I would like to say a couple of words about extra ingredients that some people sometimes are putting into shower steamers. First is carrier oils, and carrier oils, to me, they're unnecessary. Shower steamers are for throwing essential oils into the air so you can inhale it, enjoy it, or they can be therapeutic. And carrier oils are not one of them. Here right now I'm adding an essential oil that I haven't added when I was mixing it. If it happened to you, don't get disencouraged because you can add it basically at any point. Usually I add it after I mixed everything, so I added water, I mixed everything, and I can see the consistency of my mix. But anyway, I cannot see the point in using carrier oils in shower steamers because shower steamers are made for throwing essential oils in the air, so essential oils can be therapeutical or just comforting, and carrier oils do not do their work in this product in particular. Polysorbate 80/20 is used to bind together water and oil, bath bombs. Because if there is no polysorbate, a film of oils is going to be floating on the surface of the water, and then when you drain your bathtub, all this film is gonna cover the bottom of the bathtub, and it can become slippery and it's dangerous. So that's why you add polysorbate in bath bomb. But shower steamer is a different story. First of all, the content of oil is very, very low, and you are not sitting in the bathtub and all this water is running in your shower steamer and everything is getting washed in the drain eventually. So it's not dangerous. But yes, if you add a lot of carrier oil, I don't know what for, but if you do that, so yes, then probably it's a good idea to add polysorbate 80/20. So 80 is stronger than 20. Well, now I'm trying to press the mix into the small forms and kind of like smooth the top. And so you remember I was talking what happens if you add too much water. So at this point reaction would be already a go, and I would not have this smooth surface. It would be all the time trying to escape the mold, and it would be just a disaster. And so now I can just flip it over, and if it doesn't want to come out, I can just press very slightly, and because the bottom is soft, it will be released with no problem. But you can see everything is released anyway, and I am trying to hold it kind of very gentle because they're just freshly made. And yes, the shower steamers are dense, but I mean, nevertheless, I need to be careful.